writing inspiration. Say something random. Says pull my heartstring. Well, my question of the day, pull my heartstring, is what color would you change your hair if you could? So that's my inspiration for something random. Mac and cheese with crushed Cheez-Its, slightly toasted in the oven is fire. Ooh, I've never had that before. That sounds pretty good. GG. GG.
Hey there, silly little sailor. Welcome aboard my boat.
Pull my heartstring. Thank you for the follow. Look how my brothel is such a cliche. How's your day and hello?
It's an alien! Alright, let's see. Yeah, it was. Yes. I need writing inspiration. Say something random. Are you writing, what are you writing? Are you writing a book? Are you writing some rhymes? Is it some rhymes? Do you freestyle? How about Xenomorph? If it's a, I'm about to die. The f out of here! Yeah, you better run. I did it! I did it! It'll be back. It comes back. It don't stay away. It's a thing. I haven't decided yet. Something random.
I need TP for my bunghole!
There you go. I don't know. I'm not like random on the spot here. I feel pressured now. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot flames into your anus. Get the hell out of here. All right. Well. Pull my heartstring. Thank you for the follow. Mother.
But basically, when people had a finished script that they wanted the class to read, people would like volunteer to read a part in the script, and obviously I just wanted to make the class pass by, so I need writing inspiration. Say something random. What do we have in my inventory? Jungle wood. That is your inspiration. Jungle wood. That's your inspiration. But yeah, so basically, yo, welcome to the stream, by the way. Pull my heartstring. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you, brother. Oh my god, muffins are. Oh, okay, I need another song. Heartstring. I gave you words, you give me song. It's a fair trade, brother. What? Sister. Moonlight. I have never heard of it. Oh. And it don't even exist, so that's good, because I wouldn't have been able to sing it. Silo though. Nope. Silo. Huh? Right. How do you sing?
My head hurts. Oh, I hit a trap.
Welcome to the Forge, the Black Forge of Death.
Is that your writing inspiration? Did that help you? They followed me. Thank you. Enjoy. I hope if you write a novel and become famous, send me a 0.01%. GG.
I need writing inspiration. Say something random. Nine-tailed fox. I saw Luna right here. It's not a nine-tailed fox, but I wanted to be a little extra. A hello heartstring. Sorry, I need to queue up. And thank you for the follow! Mwah.
When the lights go down, I've seen hell in you, but you don't care, no, you don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. Oh, going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall
I waited outside the door for hours. Are you almost done in there? I asked, but no answer. I got this magenta dye, and I really want to try it out. I heard a faint whisper from the other side. Zoe seemed embarrassed to speak. What is it? I asked. I'm out of toilet paper. I can't come out. The words sent me into despair. I had been waiting all day to try out this magenta hair dye. I wanted to add highlights to my tails and fur, but now I would have to wait. I'll find you some, I said, searching all through the house for anything that she could use, but it was a wasted effort. Don't worry, I said as I walked to the door. I'll find you some TP and I'll be back. Just wait. Leaving the house, I wandered down the stone pathway into town, hoping to find somewhere that I could purchase some toilet paper, or possibly find someone who could give it to me. I went to the market, but there was nothing. It seemed like it was sold out somehow. I kept searching everywhere I could think, but always wound up empty-handed. Passing by a crooked sign just outside town, it pointed into the jungle nearby. The Black Forge, it read. I knew that would be my only hope now. I started down the path. I was only a short distance through the trees, and things were already looking grim. I looked around to see pale figures hanging from the branches around me. I continued walking and tried not to focus on the sights around me, but they kept a constant uneasy feeling in my mind. Silence. The more I walked into the forests, the less I could hear. The wind came to a halt. The sounds of animals died off. It was chilling, but I didn't want to turn back just yet. I didn't stop until coming across a group of people. Thinking they could assist me, I went and talked to the group. Hey, I said. Do any of you know the way to the Black Forge, or anywhere I can get some toilet paper? They stared blankly at me. I started to regret my decision to speak until one answered. Keep going. You'll find it soon enough. The message was cryptic, not helping to reassure me much. But I took what I could for motivation. The path onward seemed to get darker and darker, until finally coming across a dimly lit house. Off-color flames seemed to illuminate it from the inside. The door creaked open as I took my first steps inside. Is anyone here? I asked, but I didn't see anyone near the door. I'm looking for the Black Forge, I said, but still no sign of activity nearby. I moved through the building until I came across the source of the flames. It was a bright forge, pink and blue flames washing over it like fairy dust. It was an unnatural but beautiful sight. Welcome to the Black Forge, a voice called out. I turned to find the forge master, working on various jewelry. Moving forward, my eyes grazed the various pieces scattered across the room. A black necklace with pale blue gems caught my eye, but I wasn't here to browse accessories. Excuse me, I said. I was wandering the markets by my town, but it seems like everyone is out of toilet paper. Do you think you could help me make some by chance? A sinister grin came over his face. The forge can make anything. You just need to find the right ingredients and pay the right price. I was nervous to continue, but still needed to find the toilet paper. I've come too far to turn back. The forge master pulled out a parchment and started writing. Find a branch from the drinking tree and cloth from its keeper. That should be all I'll need, he said as he gave me a guide to finding the tree. The door to the forge opened as I approached, and slammed shut as I stepped out. The parchment gave me directions from the house, so I started walking. The number of bodies in the trees seemed to grow larger and larger as I continued toward the center, like they were fruit, and whatever I was moving towards was nourishment to the dark branches. A twisted screech could be heard just ahead. I ducked behind a tree trunk and looked out to see the keeper standing a short distance away. A tall and thin figure, the keeper walked with thin legs like branches. The legs led up to a seemingly frail body. It was shaking as it held itself up, but I felt as though it wasn't as weak as it appeared to be. Black ribbons were strewn about the body of the creature, poorly covering the disfigured portions of it, but not reaching past its shoulders. Towards the top of the trees was the creature's head. Countless eyes pasted randomly throughout its skull, and large antlers that seemed to curve in an attempt to hide. The keeper appeared to have some control over the antlers as if they were limbs. When it lifted its head to scream, they would move outward and expose the beast's horrific face. Gathering all my courage, I ran around the creature, watching it carefully for patterns I could use against it. I went to the drinking tree, an ancient landmark where the residents of this forest would come to feed. Climbing the tree was a difficult task. I stumbled a few times before finally reaching a branch fitting for the forge. I climbed as fast as I could towards the bottom and jumped down from the tree. It seemed like I was in trouble, though. The keeper let out a terrifying sound, and I quickly noticed it had locked its gaze to me. Brittle legs started moving. I ran in the other direction and tried to hide, but the creature was persistent, proving difficult to escape. I hid in a hole punctured by the roots of the drinking tree, and the creature began slamming against the ground, trying to pry its way inside. I waited until the slamming slowed. It was constant at first, hours passing by before its pace slowed to a few punches every minute. I peeked my head out to see the creature beginning to slip out of consciousness. I guess it still needs to sleep, and it had worn itself out trying to get me. Grabbing a decent length of the creature's ribbon, I started back to the forge. Poking my head through the door, I saw the same empty area I'd found the first time, continuing forward to the forge, and finding the forge master still waiting for me. "You have the items?" he asked. "It sounded like you made it angry. I'd be careful not to let it find you again. I wouldn't be surprised if you were to see it watching through your window as you sleep." The thought scared me, but I don't think the creature would be able to find me, so I didn't linger on it. "Just make it," I said as I handed everything over. "One final step," said the forge master as he lifted the black and blue necklace that had caught my eye before. The forge master began to chant, and the room went dim. He placed the necklace in the forge along with the things I'd gathered, and they all seemed to melt together. I watched in awe as he pulled out a decorative roll of soft black toilet paper. "It's done." As I stepped out the door, a feeling of endless eyes followed. I looked around to see the bodies on trees had turned to face me. I started slowly walking down the path back home as footsteps appeared behind me. I turned to see bodies scattered around, laying face down in the dirt. I continued walking and tried to ignore the ominous feeling and the sounds behind me until something grabbed my shoulder. I screamed, jumping away and looking back to see a rotting creature reaching towards me. I started running away when more and more creatures appeared, each one reaching for me, trying to grab the toilet paper in my hands. The edge of the forest was coming closer, but it still felt like I was running forever to get away. I finally burst out of the foliage and ran home as fast as I could, tightly holding the prize I'd been fighting for this whole time. "Sis!" I yelled as I came through the door. "I got you some toilet paper." "Finally!" I heard her call back. "I've been waiting all day!" The bathroom door slightly opened, and I reached the toilet paper through. A minute went by and the door opened, and my sister walked out. I grabbed my hair dye and walked to the sink, looking over my fur and deciding where to add color. I had a few ideas, nothing too wild, but something that would look good. I opened the bottle and got started.